It means so many different things. I hope.
Pleasant.
I think we're live now. But
We're
orange means
live.
so many different things.
I was just asking Harry about was orange his favorite color, and he said it is.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are. Thank you guys for watching who's live. Thank you for watching who's on the replay. Put in the comments who you are and where you are watching from. We are curious. Let me know if my LinkedIn people can see me. I know everybody else can.
Yeah,
Like the
I
shirt
love
today?
LinkedIn.
All right, let's get right into this thing. This is probably going to be a shorter training
Wait, Harry, just a
demonstration.
second. Just a second, please.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh
Okay, that was
yeah.
it.
Happy Valentine's Day for everybody. Today is February 14th that we are filming this. Filming, streaming.
Both.
So let's get into this. So previously, we talked about the pre-flight checklist. See, I got it right this time. Pre-flight checklist. It only took like 50 times to say it. And we talked about some things that you should be doing to get yourself ready to go live streaming. We talked about checking your camera, making sure people can actually see and you can actually see yourself. The last thing we left off is checking your surroundings. And this is what we're going to get into with the camera awareness. Now, me and Ericka was just joking offline about, can you see me? Am I giving eye contact? And that's pretty much one of the first things we were talking about, the eye contact. Now, if you see me now, I'm looking at Ericka on screen, and this is how most people do their zooms. They look at the person on the screen and not not paying attention to the audience. Now you're really talking to your audience and not everybody at the same time, one person at a time. I'm talking to Zakia, I'm talking to Elle, I'm talking to Jason, all each individually. I'm talking to George, I'm talking to Billy. This is a private conversation between us. And of course, whoever you have on as your host or interviewee or interviewer, that's who you're talking to. So maintaining that eye contact, and I should have touched on something before that, and I am right after I say what I'm going to say. Maintaining eye contact just makes you seem like you're engaged. Like, you know, I am actually talking to you. Ericka, do you have anything on that? You mentioned it earlier.
I've never really looked at my camera like at all. I'm always totally looking at my screen. And I've had a tip where if I'm on Zoom, I can make the person on speaker view and make that person bigger. So I'm kind of looking at the camera, but not really.
Now they do make devices, the teleprompters. I have one over here, the teleprompters, to where it makes it easier because the camera goes through the screen and you have to look directly at the screen to know what you're talking about, if you're presenting, if you're showing a website, anything. So it makes it a little easier, especially on a Zoom call when, everybody's like looking everywhere else except the camera.
So many distractions.
So, next thing we're going to talk about is body language. And, you know, it kind of makes a difference whether you want people to pay attention and take you serious or not. You cannot. You a long time ago. This what meant what I was told. This meant I'm still figuring you out, and I
Oh,
don't believe you yet.
I was told that meant unaccepting. I don't
Yes, I was
accept
told
this.
that too. So, you know, I got a chair here and it doesn't have a seat, so I don't have anything to lean on. And you have to, keep a good body structure, one, so you're comfortable. Sometimes you're here for, even 15 minutes, 20, and if you're like this, your back is gonna start to hurt, your neck is gonna start to hurt, and then you're gonna start fidgeting and moving around. And so getting a good posture, show some good body language, make people want to appreciate you and what you have to offer. Anything
Harry,
you
I
want to
was
touch
told
on
that,
with that?
yep, I was told that I'm supposed to stand. Like, you sound like how you are, so you're supposed to stand. I don't like doing that.
Some people do stand. Do you hear any echoes from me or anything?
I hear echoes from me.
I don't hear anything. Hopefully, nobody else hears it either. I know people that do stand, and let me get my headphones set up. I know people that do stand when they do presentations or live stream. I don't. I never have because of the way my setup is. I just never have. So,
I did a live stream, or like 4 events in a live stream, and it was about 12 hours, and I just sat here the whole time, and I really hurt my tailbone. And I thought it was because I was sitting for so long, but it turns out I was in like 4 car accidents, and I hit
wow.
my tailbone, and I had to stand. It was terrible.
Wow. See? And that's another thing why, your good body language, posture, however you want to call it, is important. Some people physically cannot sit down comfortably. Let me plug my headphones in and switch over. Some people cannot do that. You hear me now?
I can always hear you. I
Oh,
don't hear myself anymore, so that's great. No more echo, echo,
no
echo.
more echo. It's all in your head. Oh, so let's touch on facial expressions. Now, when I get ready to live stream, I listen to different types of music depending on what I want to do. If I'm training something, I need to be a little more serious, I listen to my disco music or slowed down music. When I want to be amped and be ready, I'm all the way hip hop. I'm old school hip hop. So I'm singing. I got my YouTube on, and I'm just amping myself up. So when you do come on, and we're talking about the facial expressions, you're naturally smiling because you may have heard your favorite song. You may have been singing and always sing the wrong words. So smile. Smile, everyone.
Nice transition.
Yes. Your facial expression tells you. Somebody know when you a little teed off because you just don't have that look. You got that? Somebody knows when they think you BSing because you got that smirk, the slight rolling of the eyes, the I'm only paying attention because I have to right now. So, and that tells a story, and that gives off a vibe where whether people gonna stop by and stop because they see you smiling and they wonder why, or you're just in this mode. And some people like that stuff too. And I'm a smiler. I'm smiling all the time. Keep smiling. No, and you can always count on me.
I wanted to sing that song.
We'll do that another episode.
May I ask you, Harry, have you
Yes.
done an interview where you couldn't keep your smile?
Oh yes. When things get a little touchy, when I'm talking about my military background and what I do, I kind of, because it is sad and I get emotional. So you can see that emotion come out too. You can hear it in the voice. It starts to crackle a little, and then I come back to I remember to smile because a smile is it's me inviting you into my world without telling you. That's what a smile is for me.
Okay. Do you have to do anything to remind yourself to smile? Or it just comes back naturally?
It just comes back naturally.
Okay. Cool.
I've done it so long where you could be saying something interesting and I'm all there, and then I'll remember. Let me smile, and it just comes naturally. Do you not smile? Does anybody not smile? Put in the comments.
I'm wondering if I do or not. I mean, I'm smiling now because I'm here with Harry the Big Dog Jamison, and that's like yay for me. You're laughing, but I feel like yay for me.
Ah, and hopefully that's how everybody feels.
Yeah. It's like how often do you get to hang out with people who are truly brilliant and you know that they're truly brilliant and they share their information freely and willingly with you. So yay for me.
Thank you, thank you. We gonna have that as a soundbite right there.
I don't mind. I tell people who ask anyway.
Nice. So along with the smiling is your mood, or your facial expressions is your mood. We talked about if you're in a bad mood, it's gonna show. You know, people talk about they can see through your eyes how you are. And your eyes tell a lot. But now you see me fully. You may not, if we're audio only, you may not hear it all the way, but you can detect something's wrong if you've talked to that person or if you've heard that person long enough. Like something ain't
That's
right.
true.
Being distracted, you can see something over here, and maybe the kids are going a little crazy after you've told them, hey, I'm going on a live stream, or the wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend is just want to be loud and everything, and now you're looking over there like I'm on a live stream in your nice voice.
Yeah.
All of that
Sometimes
could
my babies
affect.
do not care. They want to be loud and do whatever they want to do.
Sometime, and then your facial expression really changes because you're a little ticked off now, and like I told him under your breath, you talking with that with now you got the fake smile on, like I told him.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm off to the side pushing my son off because he insists on being on camera. I'm like, no, no, you can't. But still trying to keep that fake smile.
Oh, welcome everybody who is watching live. Anything else on the facial expressions, Erica?
You ever called anybody out on their facial expressions, like what's wrong, what's up, while live?
Not live, no, because usually like we did, we get on maybe 10, 15 minutes prior to, and I'm still amping myself up, getting in my smiling mode, and that usually amps the other person up too.
I like that you can transfer your energy or share your energy.
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse. Because sometimes you don't feel like playing and other people want to play. So, transitioning, and we are talking about camera awareness today. Your backdrop and your framing. Like prior to this, Erica, you seen me because I was a little off. I was this way, so I'm moving my chair to make sure I'm in the middle. So visually, it seems because I got pretty much equal space on each side. Now you have a virtual background, which really looks nice. The leading the lines, not the leading lines, but the lines there, the way the couch and tables set up, it looks visually nice to the eyes.
Thank you. This is courtesy of Restream.
Oh, nice. Which is the platform we are live streaming on. I was getting ready to do a PSA, but we'll save that for another session because we'll be talking about the now getting ready to really go live. We're just everything we've talked about. Session 1 and session 2 is pre going live. This is everything you need to do. And some people are still going to get nervous. I think I told you the other day when we were talking, every episode of any live stream I do, I still get nervous. So I'm shaking. I'm shaking out right before I hit that live button, or I'll hit the live, I'll do my last shakeout, and then the smile, and I'm ready. I'm camera ready. So your backdrops, make sure there's nothing distracting. Make sure there. I like to keep sometime a clean wall when I'm interviewing DJs. I'll have other things. I may have vinyl records in view. That way people can see them. I may have other things, whatever I'm talking about. I may have a camera in view. I could be talking about a camera and I may have it in view. The only thing I don't like in view is the microphone. I know some people like that microphone right in their face, and I feel like it's blocking everybody from seeing me. If you got a microphone and it's like yeah, and you're like yeah, blah 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 blah. No, get out. That I don't like. So I like like I said, me being directly in the middle, or if you're into the filming stuff, you can take the rule of thirds. Like I'm in the middle third, and then you have a third. I think on the camera you seeing it to the left or right, and then you have another third. So I can kind of be like that and have something else here that'll take up that spot. But since I don't have anything, I am in center. And visually, it just looks pleasing. If this is all audio, it makes no difference. But we're talking about live streaming.
Yeah, we can always repurpose the audio later. Can I shout out Matthew and Louise for watching with us live on Facebook?
Yes, go ahead, shout them out.
Hey, Matthew. Hey, Louise. Thanks for watching us live.
Matthew, Louise, how are you? So, is there anything you wanted to add on that? I know people have some of the better backgrounds, but we're mainly talking to the people who's wanting to start streaming and giving them kind of like a minimum because most are going to use a camera, and we'll talk about this in the next session. Most of you are going to a camera from either a laptop or one of the least expensive ones that we talked about. I'm on a Logitech Brio. Some people like the blurry background. Now the software has the ability to do that, but if you don't have a computer with enough power, then it takes up. We talked about that in the first session, that precious resources your computer needs to live stream properly. So they do have that, and then when you start doing that, you're moving up into bigger cameras. You're talking about a minimum of $1,300, $1,400 for a camera just to have a blurry background, which it really makes no difference for me, but it it does for other people.
Yeah, it's like when you're talking about being centered and being uh off to the right or off to the left. For me, I'm not sure if I have OCD, but I like things to be even. It
Yes.
really bothers me when it's not.
Oh yeah. It does. It's really oh yeah, it bothers. Even with blinds and stuff, if they're not right, I'll go and fix them. I go to school and the table's crooked and the computers are crooked. I'll take my time and straighten them out, make them all even. I don't know if I'm telling too much about myself, but
I talk with my husband all the time about, he tells me that everything doesn't have to be even. It's okay. And sometimes it's even a great design decision if things are off center. And I'm like, what? Off center?
and yes, that's true. But for certain things, no.
Yeah.
So, does anybody have any questions? Because this is us wrapping this thing up. We want to keep these as short as possible, as concise as possible, and just enough for you to soak in and not be so overwhelmed. Because people are still, even after these 4 sessions, people are still going to be nervous. Some people hate the camera, and you can see that with the facial expressions. They just hate the camera. I love that camera. That thing right there, that little, what is it? An amber light with the little circle within a circle, and it's staring at me, and I'm staring right back at it. I love it.
So, could I ask you about the clothes you wear? You wear a different graphic T-shirt. I know you make them. Does it matter which one you put on for the show? Does it say something about the show you're doing, or you just feel like something when you put on those graphic T-shirts? Says who?
Yeah, no, my my t-shirts for me are conversation starters. The t-shirts, and you see I have a dope t-shirt on, and I'm like, yeah, my t-shirt is dope. Get it? Dope. Like this one says who. People will look at that and they'll automatically smile.
I like your T-shirts.
I have them mainly for me as conversation starters.
Good to know.
People people well, let's touch on that before we get off of this thing with the backdropping and framing, going back to that. Now, if you are on a cell phone and you're live streaming with the facey cam, I mean, the selfie cam, the selfie cam, let me bring up some demonstrations of what that look like. So that's what it's going to look like. If you're, this is me yesterday. You see, I look like the Geico caveman before I shaved. But this is a picture from my cell phone that I took in selfie mode. And when people are streaming, it does the same thing. I don't know if you ever seen live streams where all the letters are backwards, and whatever they have, whatever sign they're near, it's all backwards. That no go, no go. You be mindful if you are streaming on one of these devices, whether it's Android or that other one. I ain't even gonna say the name because I'm a Mac hater. Just be aware of what you're doing if you're live streaming. And if you are, be mindful. Don't wear anything with any letters in it. Be mindful of the background. Don't be wear any signs that's readable because they are going to come on backwards. And people are going to look at it and it'll look weird. So wear solid colors. And I know if I'm going to be outside with a device, I do wear a more solid color or maybe just a picture of something, a logo of something else without letters. Let me touch one more thing while we're on this subject. Staring into the camera in one of these devices. Now, I don't know if you've seen a lot of people, they'll talk to you the whole time and looking off as they're talking to you. But they're not they're looking the opposite. Again, they're looking at the screen. They're looking at the screen of the thing, thinking they're looking into the lens. But when you actually do find the camera, that's what it looks like. You're looking into the camera and not and you could do whatever. Put a little yellow sticky, put something that tells you where the camera is. Find it.
I've heard while using your phone, you should use the non-selfie side.
You should, but people don't see themselves and they don't know if they're in frame or not. That's why most people don't do that. But if you preset it up, I have. I have one of these. You kind of put it on. You put it on a tripod, and it's just a camera holder, and it can go the selfie mode, or how people regularly watch TV. Landscape.
Yeah. Harry, I usually wear solid colors, and one day I wore a white jacket with black buckles, and I got a message from a lady asking if I mind criticism, and I'm like, sure, go ahead. What do you have to say about the show? And she says, don't ever wear that, whatever that was. And I'm like, dang. I didn't know clothes could be offensive, but I never wear that white jacket with the black buckles again.
Well, it might not have been proper for the stream you were doing.
I can't even remember what I was talking about. I just remember that lady did not like that jacket.
And most of all,
so now I only wear one color.
Yeah, I wear multiple, and I'm in my temporary space. So previously, when I was doing my interviews, I'd have a background. I'll switch out backgrounds. I'll do different things depending on who I'm talking to. Obviously, I'm not going to have a background of old radios if I'm talking business. But if I'm talking to a DJ, that's perfectly dope. Louise says she likes this. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Louise.
The last thing I want to leave with everybody is just really be yourself. Be happy with you. You know, a lot of people don't like their self. Be happy with you. You know, I got a gap in my teeth. Did I ever worry about people talking about it? Yeah. I'm not gonna, you know, be that person and say I wasn't aware, but now I'm part of the Gap Band, so I'm I'm proud of it. People talk about my hair, and I just pat. You know what? I got hair to pat.
Nobody has ever said anything bad about your hair.
I've heard stuff.
Oh, wow.
People write mean stuff in the chat sometime, and
Wow.
when you get that stuff, you know you made it.
Oh, they say you ain't doing nothing if you ain't got haters.
Yep. I you know I need a few more. That means you know a lot more people are watching. But that's it. That's all I have. Be good with yourself. Don't worry about anything except what you're doing. I used to, and I tell this story in the beginning of my live streaming. I didn't like the way I talk. I talk with pauses. I trip over words, and I say this all the time because this is how normal people talk. Nobody is that polished to where every word they never tripped over. It's all on time. I don't see them YouTube videos. We talked about that last week where they edit so much they looking like this. No, I don't do any of that stuff. That's how not you don't see a person outside and they're doing that. I actually should do a video like that now. But and in the beginning, I didn't like that. So I started to research and I looked at other interviewers. And I attempted to take a piece from that person, a piece from that person, a piece from that person. And it changed me. It wasn't me presenting anymore. So Jason and one of our other Jason Hodge and one of our other friends, Chris Gloss, kind of smacked me up a little. And they was like, the reason why people listen to you because you're you.
It's
Because
true.
you do triple over your words. You do pause a lot. You do have an afro. So I was like, oh. And then from that day on, this was maybe, I have a show called the DJ Interview. And this was maybe episode 7 or 8 where I was starting to look into this thing. And after that, I just left it. And you see me. If you see me in real life, I'm like this. I'm joking. I'm cheery. So, and that's all I got. I know we went long on
Fun.
little tangents, but you know, just be comfortable.
Yeah.
If this is something you want to do, if you want to start a podcast, be comfortable with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And who cares if you have an accent? Everybody
right.
has an accent.
People have them. They tell me I got a New York accent. I still don't hear it. I don't even know what a New York accent is. I speak somewhat English. I use my short little words. I'm not. I don't. You don't need a dictionary to you know listen to me like some people we know. No names.
Well, last Wednesday you said words like Ethernet cable, wireless router, stuff like that.
I was describing the device and what these things are called.
Yeah, but do you need an A plus hardware or software degree to understand what you're saying?
No,
Okay.
no. As long as you could read at a third grade level, you could probably understand me. Anything else, ma'am?
I don't have anything else. Oh, I do want to tell people about what's happening next Wednesday on the, let's see, the 21st.
Yes.
Okay, so next Wednesday on the 21st, we'll be talking about basic streaming setup from cameras to headphones to microphones, your comprehensive guide.
Yes. And we'll have it out immediately at a theater near you. Check papers for local listings in your area.
Yeah.
Have a great one, everyone.
Bye, y'all.